Folks, I'm about to sit down with my own private mentor with 25,000 hours at the charts and break a few things down. In fact, we're going to cover 5 different things. And to start off with, I asked him the question, and this was based on my theory around why trends tend to accelerate at the end of the move. So my theory was that they've got to start somewhere, right? There will be like a 5-second candle that has the start of the trend. And if you caught that and rode it all the way through to wherever the monthly closed or 3 monthly, you've got like a humongous trade. But my theory was that every time a time frame closes, say for example, like a 3-minute, 2-minute closes, that close is going to attract all those other traders. So the first traders that get attracted may be the 5-second traders, then the 5-minute traders, then the 15, 30, 1 hour. You get the picture, right? So as it attracts all these additional traders, the trend tends to accelerate because there's just simply more people in that trade. Now, that was my theory. JJ kind of dispels it a little bit and gives us a bit more insight into it. So let's dive into that one first and then get on with the other 4 after.
Well, I don't disagree with what you're saying. I think it's logical. You know, when you think about it, if you want to get in right at the optimum point, the point that the market is actually going to turn around. You know, you've done some analysis, you've got a really strong level, yeah, and you say, right, I'm gonna this is, let's say, on a daily chart, for example, or a 4-hour chart. And you get this strong level, and then you say, right, I'm going to enter this on a low time frame, and get in as close as I can to the start of that move. Okay, let's just say that's on a 1-minute chart, like you said. Okay. So all of a sudden now, I've got a reason. You know, I've got some price action going on at that level, and it's giving me a reason to get in. Right. In other words, I got a bit of confluence now. I got a level, and price is doing what I'm expecting it to do at this kind of like reliable level, if you like. Yeah. Okay. So I get in on a 1-minute chart, and then signals come for a 2-minute chart, and a 3-minute chart, and a 5-minute chart. And as price is moving away and these signals are being produced on the other time frames, it makes sense that those time frame traders, they're going to be also starting to take an interest and participate in the market. Now, if you're on a 5-minute versus a 1-minute, the 5-minute traders are going to get in, chances are, unless they're using a limit order, are going to get in 5 minutes, you know, or they're going to get in later. The 1-minute traders, you know, price action traders are already in. Yeah. They're right there at the infancy of the, you know, of the move. Of course, don't forget that as price is moving forward, it's if the market's got commitment and enough. Let's say we're bouncing now. The market was coming down, and then we're bouncing up, and the more buyers you get stepping in, right? The more activity, the more orders that are going into the market, so pushing that price through the next level. And as we know, resistance comes support. So as resistance is getting broken, and you're getting breakouts from this resistance, you've got these trading levels then that your limit order traders will use to keep pushing the market back up. So the market's going up, it retraces to what? It retraces to some liquidity, a bunch of orders. And then bang, that's where that's the bottom of your pullback, if you like. And then, okay, as this keeps going forward, eventually then you're going to get up to a 15-minute chart, a 30-minute chart, you know, 1 hour, 4 hour, and so on, to the point that where you said, you know, you get to the end of the week and you say, oh, look at this, you know, we got it's a strong commitment there. We've got a very strong weekly candle. It's in the sweet spot of the chart. It's just bounced off a higher time frame level. This is looking like it's got some legs, of course. Yeah. So now you obviously, the bigger time frame players, they're all starting to participate now. They can see the direction of the market, and if they want to trade with the direction rather than against it, you know, yeah, institutions largely trading with limit orders have to wait for price to come back to that level. But when it gets back to that level, it'll bounce. That's the end of the pullback, if you like, and then the market goes back up and it continues the trend. So yeah, I do agree with your idea of it.
Hey, if you like futures because of the tight spreads and clear setups, go check out Blue Guardian Futures. They let you start trading futures with up to 450k in funding. The best part, you keep 100% of your first 15k in profits, then 90% after that. No activation fees, weekly payouts, and they're sponsoring Chris Eubank Jr. and Birmingham City FC. Go take a look at blueguardianfutures.com or click the link in the description. All right, folks, so there we have it. Hopefully you got some massive value from that. Now, this is just a teaser as to what JJ can offer. This guy has an absolute wealth of knowledge when it comes to anything to do with the market. We've got a bunch of traders over there in Gold Rush Alpha, as I've mentioned. If you guys are looking to find out more about this, then what I recommend doing is checking out the link below this video. So we've got a free PDF and video there where JJ breaks down the difference between what we're doing at Gold Rush Alpha and I suppose what a lot of other traders are doing out there. And what we're finding is some massive success. So we'll drop another video up here where we go through the results of the club so far. It's only been open for 2 months, and we're getting traders who've taken 11R trades, 14R trades, 8R trades. It seems to be every week somebody's getting a massive R trade, which is ridiculous. And also, we've got our first funded trader in there as well. So this guy went from not being funded, and within 2 months, and it was before the 2 month mark, it was he managed to get himself funded. So that was fantastic to see as well. We've got tons of cool stuff in there, which is quite different from a lot of other trading groups. So we actually have a losing trades room. We want to know when people lose, and we want to know what trade it was and what they took, and we'll help people work through that loss and understand why they lost that trade. And so you feel like there's a safe place to put your losing trades in there as well. So folks, if you're interested in that, then what I would recommend is head down below, check out that link, get the free PDF, get the free video, learn about Gold Rush Alpha, and there might even be a coupon there for you as well. So check that out. All right, thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.